chess, the pawns go first.
I had to throw that in there. What? Hello, folks. Janobi2 here. Thank you for joining me once again on a midnight run. Oh, all right. So, let's give it a minute. JB from Ontario, California. Hello, JB. I saw one of your videos the other day. You had a major Star Wars overhaul. You exceeded the safety parameters and you brought home some good stuff. Good for you. Baldy Jack, here we go. I'm going to put some dirt in your eye. Baldy, check in. You know the rules. Go in, but get the rules. Where are you? What time zone? Where are you in the planet Earth here? Here we go. Buzz, hello. Come on, give me some check-ins. Here we go. Loco knows how it works. Loco Lou knows how it works. Good morning from New York, 2:55 a.m. That's right, East Coast time. Riley Ramirez, 12 a.m. In LA, make it so. Who else? Stephen Bamford from the United Kingdom. Thank you for joining us. 8 a.m. in the morning. So there you go. Take a shower, eat some cereal, and listen to me dish out some hot toy theories. We like to start a midnight run with that. Of course we do. Here we go. 4 p.m. Perth, Western Australia. Good afternoon. Seta Farosa, thank you for joining. 4 p.m. in Australia, the other side of the world. And of course, Hawaii. Here we go. Aloha from the beautiful island of Oahu. I think I pronounced that right. I think so, maybe. And then Jürgen Luden from Sweden at 9 a.m. here in the morning, watching the midnight run as I'm eating breakfast. As you should. Bowl of cornflakes, a little bit of sugar, some bananas. I don't know. Live on the edge. Here we go. The Silver State. Oh, you are in Nevada, aren't you, Baldy Jack? Are you in Nevada? I think you are. I think you've told me you're in our state. That's right. Yeah. Here we go. Buzz Lichtenberg. Hello from Germany. What time is it in Germany? I don't know. I'm not a clock. Help me out here. Give me a minute. Proczilla, of course. Connecticut, 3 a.m. Proczilla, thank you for joining. Leonardo Hernandez, 3 a.m. He is East Coast. Good morning from Switzerland, not Sweden, Switzerland. What time is it in Switzerland? Here we go, midnight cereal munch. Folks, where would you like to begin? Oh my goodness, I tell you what, it's been an overwhelming, very busy 24 hours. Everybody's been dishing out their wild speculations, their wild rumors. It's bonkers. And I just want to exercise some caution. Try not to fall down the rabbit hole. I fell down the rabbit hole with WandaVision. I'm still sour over that. Mephisto, Paul Bentley, going on Twitter or social media that he's been looking forward to working with this one special actor. And then it turns out it was him. And then he just pissed off his fan base. Then he had Asian apology. I don't want another WandaVision, so I'm really, really trying to avoid getting my hopes dashed. And I'm just going to start with that because I was earlier on Nate's show, Geeking Out. Speak of the devil, there you go, right? And let's kind of continue off, just piggyback of that. I don't want the mob to come after me. How dare you, Janobi? How dare you even question the possibility that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire will not be in the film? Everybody says they're going to be in the film. Okay. All I'm saying is it's starting to be very questionable. I know there's one more trailer coming out. I will be very open-minded and hope and assume that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are going to be in this film. I really do hope so. I would love to have their legendary status grace the silver screen. so that I can own a 1/6 scale Hot Toys figure of Tobey Maguire, and my regret of selling Andrew Garfield from Amazing Spider-Man for a quick buck. I didn't even make a lot. I want to say I think I sold it on the secondary market, the Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man version, and I think I made, I don't know, maybe $50 or something like that. It was one of my biggest regret sales. It was a regret selling him, and then it was a regret for like the profit I made off of it. It was not worth it, especially now that I'm going through this whole multiverse Spider-Man shing-ding here. I'm gonna need a bigger module case. It's the multiverse is starting to, you know how it's starting to crack in the films. It's starting to crack in my collection. Everybody said Mephisto was coming. Yeah, that's all I said. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. Look, if anybody here loves Spider-Man, it's going to be Denobi too. I'm telling you, I built the multiverse shrine behind me. I just don't want to be let down. I don't want to be disappointed. I don't want to be let down. And Sony has a history of not throttling their talent in their trailers, right? But Denobi, it's partnership with Marvel. I understand that. I understand it's a symbiotic relationship, but this is still a Sony film. I mean, you can look. I looked at IMDb. It's all on IMDb. You can go on Wikipedia. You can look at this stuff. You can see how the power structures are. Spider-Man is the property of Sony, produced by Columbia Pictures, parent company Sony. Producers are Amy Pascal, Kevin Feige. So the only thing that I presented out to the audience is, are we prepared? What if, right? Just what if? What if we go to the theaters and they don't show up? Are we gonna spill our milk? Are we gonna jump off the nearest bridge? Are we going to riot? Are we going to turn into internet bullies in the same manner as how we've treated Sony in the past, right? Ghostbusters 2016. That being said, though, 2016 was a mess, but still, it got really, really bad. It wasn't just a dislike of the movie. It's just we turned it. It was really bad. It was a form of bullying that's just, I think, quite unacceptable. Just what if? I'm hoping they're going to be in the film. I really do. What if they're not in the film? I looked at the actor roster. This film is loaded already with a lot of actors and a lot of A-list actors and a lot of B-list actors. I was trying to pinpoint the budget, because if I knew what the budget was of the film, it would at least pinpoint what type of flexibility. So, and I had mentioned this theory yesterday to a friend, a local friend, and then it was interesting. This one theory I'm going to share with you now, that it was brought up on the John Campea show, where a lot of us, including me, what if they pull another Red Skull situation? What if they pull another Red Skull situation where you don't have the actor Hugo Weaving, but you own the character's likeness, and then you can get an impersonator to come in and impersonate that actor? I'm hoping they don't, but this is Sony. During that email hack years ago, it turns out they're pretty shady. They're out to, and during that Sony email hack, it was discovered, from Amy from the top, that women were being paid less. They were taking shortcuts in production. It was bad. It was just really bad. So it wouldn't be from the realm of possibility if they decided to try to pull a Red Skull maneuver, meaning that, hey, look, you guys want Sandman, but we're going to give you a digital CGI Sandman and voice actor that represents Hayden Christian, the actor. But I did look on IMDb, so the actor is signed on. The actor signed on for Sandman. William Dafoe is on IMDb, so he's going to be as the Green Goblin. Jamie Foxx is Electro, but he pretty much blurted that out last year. Alfred Molina. The only ones that I couldn't pinpoint was the Lizard, the actor that played the Lizard. So That's going to be a throwaway character. We saw the lizard on the screen. No actor. Now, again, this can change. I went on Wikipedia and I went on IMDb. No actor is tied to the lizard. So is it a deal breaker for us about I don't know. The lizard really wasn't that cool. Even the action figure was kind of mediocre. So it's no skin off my teeth if they couldn't get the original. I don't even remember the original actor that played the lizard from Amazing Spider-Man 1. So I'm just saying. Let me jump on the comments here. Here we go. Checking. I don't know. We got to checking in from London. Checking in. There we go. 9 a.m. in Switzerland. Start with Electro. So Jamie Foxx is going to be there. I like the look of Jamie Foxx in this film. I can actually pull it up. I just can't play it all. But let me see if I can. Let's start with Electro. Why not? Damn it. All right. So. Right here. So. Hold on. Is that this first appearance, or was it early in the trailer? Maybe it was. There it is, right here. Right here. Give me some Electro love. Yeah. See, that's cool. And in a higher definition, you can't really see it, but it is Jamie Foxx in his original skin tone, so he's black, which is cool. He's not painting that fluorescent blue, which was just hokey because the original Electro was Caucasian and he wasn't glowing. It was always his electrical homemade gear, and I love that they kept the star look on his face and he's just arcing it. I would love a Hot Toys version of this. I know the last version of Electro was very mediocre and most people ended up passing on it. I would eat this up. I would love to have this version of Jamie Foxx. The percentage that Hot Toys would probably make it's going to be below 50, folks. I just don't see them taking that type of R&D risk on this. I would love to. I would support it. I would love to go down the Rogues Gallery into my collection for the Spider-Verse. So this would be a huge win for me. I would love this. I really, really would. But I don't know any of the answer. Here you go. What's going on, Lokaloo? What's your? Sorry to disappoint. Don't know. I pre-ordered Spider-Man already, but I don't know any of the MCU Spider-Man. But I only have pre-order. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, that's the thing with the Hot Toys Spider-Man figures. There's a ton. I shared early on one of my streams, maybe it was on Nate or somebody's stream, where I've begun to throttle the amount of Spider-Man figures that I've entered my collection because it's gotten really, really overwhelming. It really has. And I want to keep collecting, but I've come to the realization that I can't do it. It's too much, especially where I'm trying to juggle DC and I'm also trying to juggle Star Wars. So I don't want to get buried into this stuff here. We go. What everybody else? Some of you was coming. I hear you. So past that, local loose woke up the cat. We go. What's going on? I love to see them all in the film, but don't want to have. That's all it is. Let me remove this 1 second here. Would love to see them all in the film, but don't want to hype myself to be disappointed. That's all it is. That's where my love for this film is really where I'm really trying not to be let down, because if something happens where we don't see Tobey Maguire, we don't see Andrew Garfield, everybody's going to be pointing fingers at Sony. And, you know, Sony never said they were going to, I mean, what's Sony going to say? We never said they were going to be in the film. Andrew Garfield was in an interview back last month at the, on the Today Show, where he said he was not on the film. Very sincere. He said it. It could be misdirection, right? I'll play devil's advocate. Well, Denobi, Andrew Garfield could have been misdirecting the audience when he said he wasn't going to be in the film. I just like, I enjoy history. I like to learn from history. I've just never known of an actor or an actress that's ever, where they were rumored to be in a film and have went on a publicity. Well, actually was promoted in another film, Tick Tick Boom or something, or Tick Tick Bomb, some Oscar contender. But I've just never known an actor to go to that extreme and deny their participation in a film. Typically with the MCU actors, they're when they go on tour, they're just under a cease and desist gag order where they don't spoil plot holes and secrets, but they end up still doing. Mark Ruffalo does it, and Tom Holland can't be trusted with a script to save his life. Tom Holland even said that they're not in the film. But again, from what I understand, Tom Holland only received portions of the script that pertain to him. So I wouldn't trust him with a full script. So I'm trying to play devil's advocate on their appearance here. I'm really excited to see Tom Holland. Passion for character, who says the movie's supposed to be dark. I look forward to the film. I really do. I think it's going to be an awesome, spectacular. I really am. I mean, I think it's going to be really, really good. Hello, Josh from the Philippines. Thank you for joining. Hello, Alberta Crude, viewing from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Love your Minute Run shows. Thank you. Try to, folks are always staying up and so forth. 2 a.m. in Texas, Central Time, right? Or Mountain Time? Central Time? Rezolmos, thank you for joining. You can't have the original villains without the original Spider-Man. They got to be in the film for a solid 15 to 20 minutes. So, Baldy Jack, if you're expecting Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield to be in the film for a solid 15 to 20 minutes, you know there's rules with the Screen Actor Guild Award, the Screen Actor Guild union. There's a difference between paying an actor as a cameo appearance and then giving them certain amount of lines into a script. If we were to expect 15 to 20 minutes of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in this film, they would absolutely be they would have been in the first trailer. They would have so forth. They would have been in IMDb. It's a lot. The rumor, right? The theory, the rumor is that it's a quick cameo. That's the only way you're going to be able to pull off this quick appearance by, I think, who's it? There's somebody here who knows a little bit more about, is it single songwriter? Is he on here? I think he'd know a little bit more about the union, about the Screen Actors Union Guild. There's rules about an appearance in the film and getting paid a scale. So if they show up in the film, right, it's probably going to be scale. It'll be a cameo appearance. It's not going to be a lot. They're clearly going to be doing it as a fan service, depending on what the union rules are for Sony. It could be 250,000, 500. I don't know. It changes. Electro's Office gives me some Whiplash vibes. It does. I want them. I want them to be in the film. I just don't want to be disappointed. That's really honestly what it is. I just don't want to come out of the theater and everybody gets bent out of shape and everybody starts cutting their wrists. I'm like, we thought Andrew Garfield was going to be in the film. I thought Tobey Maguire. I'm like, how long did that whole Mephisto rumor? I mean, that Mephisto. And here's the thing too. My buddy, he's going to watch this video tomorrow. He sent me a video trying to convince me, hey, look, Denobi, look, Denobi. This video shows, that, he sent me something where Lizard's face turns left, and that's clearly an erased invisible Spider-Man. I forgot the channel or what it was, and then the channel he sent me was one of the biggest culprits with Mephisto. In fact, you look at last year's library on this channel, I think what it was. They had multiple Mephisto theories, so that's what I call a clickbait channel, where their job is to just heavily speculate and go off the rails. And there's multiple channels out there that are going, because it's great clickbait. In YouTube land, the best ad revenue right now is going to be the last 3 months of the year. Anything you put out right now, at the AdSense is bonkers right now. So there's nothing, I mean, if anything, you're essentially incentivized to theorize about these films, especially like the biggest film was one of the biggest films of all time. So when people are telling me, like, look, you look at Lizard and Lizard's head turned left, so that's clearly an erased, and then the channel's history, I'm like, well, this channel was one of the biggest culprits with Mephisto. You look at it right there. They tell you, there's even one episode where they talk about that Paul Bentley Vision was going to meet Doctor Strange, and it was so. just be careful. Just try, it's all about, I just don't want to get set up for failure. That's honestly really, really what it is. First, what it is. Mitzelplick, I think I'm taking a pass on the Spider-Man and hanging on to my homecoming tech suit and kind of interested in the black and gold suit. Let's go. Let's segue into that. Be cautious about pre-ordering anything from this film until you watch the film. Right? We're all assuming it's going to be fresh, rotten, right? We all think it's going to be a fresh, wholesome, juicy tomato, right? We also thought Eternals was going to be fresh too. Eternals was a big dud. Let's not forget, Sony has a history of disappointing fans with Spider-Man films. They did it in two IPs. They disappointed the fans with Spider-Man 3, Sam Raimi, and they disappointed fans with Amazing Spider-Man 2. So where I'm going with that is just exercise caution about day one pre-ordering anything with this film until you watch it. That's all it is. That's what I'm going to do, right? I'm just going to be like, okay, cool. Just don't run out and just start clicking away because these trailers, I mean, that's the job of a trailer, is to sell you on the actual product. Cautiously optimistic, learn lessons for the sequel trilogy. That's all it is. That's all it is, Nate. You got it. Just exercise caution. We're in the middle of a storm. Most of us are trying to navigate the incoming Star Wars pre-order drops. We're going to get hit with DC next year, first quarter. Now, this was something that I was talking about. This is one of the reasons why I was not day one pre-ordering all of these Spider-Man figures, was because of this film, because I knew this film was going to be very impactful. Jason Momoa had to deny Aquaman for a year and a half. I don't remember that, MB Dyson. Is that true? Nate, can you fact check that for me? Did Jason Momoa have to deny Aquaman for a year and a half? I don't remember that. I need a fact checker. Midnight Show. Thank you, Peter. Denobi, do you think that the movie is bigger than the Endgame hype and it will rival box office? I know that everybody's jealous of Marvel. It irks me a little bit when other studios and other competitive IPs, intellectual properties, try to compare themselves to Marvel. Marvel, it's its own beast. Marvel, it's its own entity. And learn from history, right? Warner Brothers, they were extremely jealous of the success that Marvel had. I mean, they were pumping out a hit after hit after hit. They thought they can rush the Justice League. Like, hey, we've been doing Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman, like, we can do this. And they failed horribly, and we had to wait years later for a Snyder cut. So I always said, if anybody should have had a huge comic book universe like this, it should have been Warner Brothers. But they never had faith in their own characters to carry such a universe. They were always cautious and tiptoeing, and can we do a Nicolas Cage Superman? Can we not do that? Can we, Superman Lives, which is the 2006. They never, which was very profitable, but it wasn't the hit that they were expecting. So same thing with my boy Henry Cavill in Superman. I loved Superman, the Man of Steel. Some people got bent out of shape because Metropolis was leveled. I would have paid to see Superman 2. I really would have. They will show up for the final battle. So I'm also worried about that too, because Sony is just sandbagging everything. They're just piling the schlock on here. They've been itching for a Sinister Six for a very long time. They're trying to create their own universe. They're trying to segregate themselves from Marvel. Like, hey, we own Spider-Man. We own the rights to Morbius. We own the rights to this, and we own the rights to Venom. And we're tired of you guys, micromanaging, or trying to do us. So they're trying to do their own thing. So there's a lot of characters in this film. If you go on IMDb, and you look at the list, it's a lot. It's I should have compared the amount of actors to Endgame, because holy shit, there's a ton of actors that are signed on to this film. How long is this film going to be? An hour and a half? 2 hours? 2.5 hours? There's a lot of people in this film. Wong, for crying out loud, is in this film. I mean, here I'll read you the amount of actors. So we have Wong, we have Betty Brant, J.K. Simmons, Paula Newsome. I don't even know who she is. George Lindenberg, J.B. Smoove. He was Mr. Dell. He was from Curb Your Enthusiasm. This film is packed. I'm telling you, this film is packed with a lot of actors, and we are used to a packed film. We're used to that type of level of control from the brothers. Oh my goodness, I can't think of the brothers who directed Infinity War and Endgame. Shoot, you guys are gonna kill me. The brothers. Anyway, I can't think of their names, but you know what I'm talking about. Who is the director for this film? John Watts. Do you guys know who John Watts is? I don't. I'm looking at his film roster. He directed one other Spider-Man movie, which was Homecoming. So now he's been tasked to direct a large ensemble cast. So I'm just saying, just be cautious when it comes to pre-ordering your stuff. Let me jump back in here to the comments. They could possibly pull Amanda Luke at the last minute. Hey, look, anything is possible. Anything is possible. They absolutely could. They're not allowed to hold an actor from a few lines. It's something like that. Local. It's a quick cameo. It's what it is. It's maybe a few lines, and then you got to go. After a certain amount of lines, then it's a different pay structure. CGI with the voice is one thing, but showing faces match another. You know, they did it with the Red Skull, and who's to say they will not do it in this film if it means saving a buck, right? I see Sony pulling shenanigans like that. I really, really do. Yeah, you know what? I'll give Ari some points on that. Yeah, follow the hype, but don't fall for the hype. Jason was denied for. There you go. Fact checker is true. Jason was denied for BVS cameo. Okay, you know I believe you. I just don't remember it, but yeah, you're right for Batman v Superman cameo. Did he show up for that? God, it's been so long I've seen those films. Jesus. Momoa is another name and actor majors, but all. Remember, people hated Spider-Man 3. Too many villains. Now people are yeah. So we tend to forget, don't we, Peter? Right? I remember everybody, and you're right. That's one of the things I remember with Spider-Man 3, the Sam Raimi version. Everybody bitched that it was way too many villains. Oh, there wasn't enough character development. So how do you get away with that with a chock full of rosters? It just means that it's quick appearances. You're in and you're out. That's how you do it. James, hello. Tuning in from Sid from While It Works, 7:23 p.m. Very nice. Thank you, James. There you go. Wish I watched the whole way through. There you go. Yep. I will definitely wait. So I think we should probably 2 hours and 39. Is it really that long? Is the film really 2 hours and 39 minutes? 100. Oh, I believe you, Nate. Damn. Okay. So you can get away with cramming it then, if it's going to be the Russo brothers. Thank you. I knew it was the brothers. Those guys have the experience to direct a large ensemble cast. John Watts, maybe his second unit director, maybe, I'm looking at the IMDb. It's a lot. I look at his, holy Jesus, this guy's only directed 4 films. I can't look at his IMDb because I'm gonna start to break into tears on this director. I have a different page here. I keep looking up, and it's depressing when I'm looking at this director's roster. I'm like, Jesus, I need to be optimistic here. This guy has 4 films under his belt, and we're expecting him to direct a cast of like 20 people, including Andrew. I don't know. All right, I need to be optimistic here, else I'm going to get hate comments. I'm just looking at his film like, oh Jesus, he's only done 4 films. Did he which he directed? He didn't direct all the films. He directed. Here we go. Known for. Did he? It shows that he did Spider-Man: Homecoming. Did he do the last one? Because I don't see it on his roster here. Oh, you know what? You're right. You're right. Okay. All right. I take it back. Thank you for giving me my Xanax, Peter. So you're gonna, Pete. Yeah, I scrolled down I should have. Phew. Thank you, Peter Lamb, for calming me down because I was about to have a panic attack on this guy's film pornography. I'm like, this film is going to be a train wreck. So, Peter, you're going to get 10 points for helping me out on this one. Yeah. I should have scrolled all the way down, and I saw that. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be a train wreck. So you'll get that. I do. Do you know how many pre-orders are expected for January, March? They are piling up. Yes, and then some. I have not done the tally for all the multiple IPs. I have the tally for Star Wars right now, which to me that's the biggest threat right now is Star Wars. Watch as their front runner for the Fantastic Four 2. Well, for now, if this film does the $1 billion take that they're expecting, I will be greatly optimistic to see him helm Fantastic Four, but we know how in Hollywood how fast directors come and go. So Sony's executives of late has been lackluster in regards of Spider-Man. So here we go, Riley. So okay, I like that. Going back to Buzzy on the 2 hours and 39 minutes, that makes me feel a little bit better. This will be the longest Spider-Man movie to date. It has to be. This has to be over 2 hours, and that makes me feel a little bit better. When you're cramming that amount of talent into a film and the clear objection is to sell toys and merchandise, fine, right? Make me fall in love with the film and you'll earn my dollars. That's how it works. When you pump out a phenomenal product, we all know the real money is not in tickets. It's always been in merchandise and t-shirts, toys, video games. I mean, majority of the haul for Spider-Man has been on, on the PS4 and the PS5 and so forth. So that's multiverse, that's really where the ticket is. And that animated film of theirs with Spider-Man into the multiverse, it was a huge hit. It was a huge hit. So let's jump back into the trailer here.
Get this away from me.
Peter, you're struggling.
And that's the voice of William Dafoe, which I checked on IMDb. He is signed on, so his credits are right below Alfred Molina. So that leads me to believe that in the trailer, how we saw that Alfred Molina has a lot of dialogue, we're gonna get pretty decent dialogue from Green Goblin.
Have everything you want, while the world tries to make you choose.
So this scene here, where it looks like an alternate reality of Captain America, this huge Statue of Liberty. Did anybody else get deja vu feelings of the Spider-Man 4D ride from Islands of Adventure? Somebody out there has to. It cannot be me. If anybody has ever visited Islands of Adventure in Orlando, Florida, they have this phenomenal interactive 4D ride where you board a spider vehicle and you go up against Doc Ock and the Sinister Six. Has anybody else got that? I cannot be the only one. And when I saw the trailer, because that ride is popular, it opened with the park. It's still going. It's over 20 years old. This is the ride. Has been in Islands of Adventure for so long that when it first debuted it in Islands of Adventure, the film wasn't even in 4D, and they just a few years ago they ended up rehauling the attraction to 4D. But if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you a quick video here. But let me show you a little bit more of this statue battle.
This is all my fault. I can't save everyone.
So this, I'm assuming that this is an alternate reality of the Spider-Verse. There's a statue that clearly looks like a Captain America shield. I'm guessing it's a tribute to Steve Rogers holding the torch and the shield. We don't get to see his face, but it does have that Spider-Man vibe from Islands of Adventure, because in Islands of Adventure, Spider-Man tackles the Sinister Six, defending the Statue of Liberty. So it's weird. It has that weird, I guess, homage to the attraction. I'm going to show you a quick clip. I don't want to show you too much. I don't want to get flagged, but I'm going to switch the videos here really quick. All right. So this is a ride through of the Spider-Man 4D ride in Islands of Adventure. And you're in this vehicle and you're going through the corridors, and it's all in 3D, and you turn around and you see the Sinister Six stealing parts of the Statue of Liberty.
Dr. Octopus, everything's going as planned.
Excellent. And with my anti-gravity cannon, even Spider-Man won't be able to stop me.
You mean stop us?
Yes, of course.
Hey, what's going on? What was that?
It is a very cool ride. And you're in the spider vehicle and you're helping Spider-Man because the Sinister Six has, it being managed by Doc Ock, steals the Statue of Liberty, and yous are helping Spider-Man retrieve parts of the Statue of Liberty that has been stolen by the Sinister Six. So that's that deja vu feeling that I got when I saw the trailer of him riding on board the statue. Now, what's going on here? Let's remove the trailer. So, don't know, you're telling me the lizard right there is aiming towards Tom in that shot. I even noticed how weird lizard looking. It's a trailer. I don't read too much into it. We don't even know if that shot's going to end up in the film. In Endgame, right, the Marvel Studios MCU film showed you deceptive scenes where Thanos's rings were missing, shots of Hulk running with the audience that never even made it into the film. We don't even know if that scene's going to make it into the film. We don't, right? We honestly don't, right? So if we're going to split hairs, right, and we're going to go down the rabbit hole and we're going to look for Jesus in that piece of toast, right? So we need to look at it from both angles, right? Lizard is chasing somebody, and there's clearly somebody that's been digitally erased. Okay, if we're gonna use that, then I can then, in my defense, I can say, well, we don't even know if that scene's gonna be there, because if we're gonna assume that Sony is manipulating trailers, then that could also apply too, where that may not work. I'm just saying, let's look at it from both angles. Sony has never been one to throttle their talent. In fact, their Morbius trailer, Jesus, they threw Michael Keaton into the first 20 seconds of the trailer. Michael friggin' Keaton. You're telling me Michael Keaton is not on the same level? Okay. Well, I'll go back and forth with you on this. But it's a partnership with Marvel. I get it. It's, Kevin Feige is one of the producers. I know. He's side by side with Amy Pasquale. She's a train wreck, right? She's a good producer. She knows how to write checks and she knows how to produce, but she's also Amy. This is not Marvel Studios. Marvel Studios is helping portion foot the bill, but this is still Columbia Pictures. This is still a Sony distribution. This is still a Sony Spider-Man film. Now, I'll be very open-minded. You know, there's another trailer, maybe we'll see them. I will be shocked as shit if we get another Spider-Man trailer and we do not see them. And we do not see them. Especially talent like that can sell tickets, right? You don't think Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield can sell a movie ticket? I think so. But I know with the union rules, it's different with a cameo role. So I can't rule it out. I can't say definitively. Like, they can still show up. I would love for them to show up. I just don't want to be disappointed. I don't want another Mephisto nightmare where it's exact same channels that are doing. If you think I'm making this up, the channels that are doing the heavy speculation into the Lizard, go into their library, and I promise you, you'll probably find several Mephisto videos. Just do your own independent research. I did. One of the channels that was sent to me was one of the biggest culprits for the Mephisto debacle. I've never seen that or heard anyone talk about that ride. Interesting points. Yes. Yeah. The Spider-Man ride. Yeah. So I was getting that weird vibe because the ride takes on the Sinister Six. And if you look at the Sinister Six roster in the Spider-Man ride, it's very different because it's based off of the Sinister Six comic book at that time. You had Scream, Electro, who else was on there? Hydro Man was on there. Let me see him pull it back up.
Intruder! If you think you're getting out of here, you're in for it.
See, that's my Electro. That right here, that's the Electro that I remember. It never bothered me that they casted Jamie Foxx. People are like, well, does not matter. But you got to represent the costume. You got to represent the over the top. You got to represent the mask and the face and so forth. So seeing Jamie Foxx in that version of Electro was awesome. And I would love for Hot Toys to support that figure. I really, really would. It's been so long since I've been on that, right? Yeah, most of us have, huh? The hand reaching out for MJ. It's the other two Spideys. That's where they will have the other two Spideys toast. I'm just like I said. If they show up, great. I mean, I'm just great. I just know the studios right now. They're all trying to kick Marvel in the shin, and I'm almost positive that. I mean, hell, in the Flashpoint film that they were still filming, I mean, they showed you parts of the Batmobile. I mean, all the other studios are showing they're not throttling their talent. Like, look, I can promise you in the Flashpoint film, they're going to throw it all out. Like, hey, we need to sell some tickets. We need to make Flash a thing, and they're going to shove it out. Sony has never throttled their talent, but so, for example, Far From Home with the Mysterio, was there any? I mean, other than the twist at the end of the film, right? That it wasn't Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, they showed you pretty much all the talent on both of those Spider-Man films. Was there talent that was omitted from a trailer? But I mean, I guess this is different. I mean, it's really hard to really do a fair debate because this is the multiverse now. The rules are different now, so. The whole Venom, which one here? The whole Venom Carnage movie was in the trailer. I have no interest to seeing Venom 2. I just honestly don't care. I don't care for anything to do with Venom or Carnage or anything. I think I had to read the synopsis for Venom 2 just so that I wouldn't be punished in sitting through that film. Here we go. I want to talk about the Six. So we saw the trailer where we saw 5 villains. We saw 5 sinister villains. And we're missing a 6th villain. That's the Sinister Six. Sony's made it very clear we want the Sinister Six. Well, most likely when the tickets go on sale for the film on November the 29th, the big theory rumor is that we're going to get another Spider-Man trailer to help promote the ticket sales. So I think that is one of the that would probably be held back. But Sony's not in the driver's seat. I would like to think so. Yeah, I would. If Sony's on the driver's seat, Feige is in guiding things. It's a partnership, right? Let's not forget that, Leonardo. Feige is he could be the co-pilot. I would like to think he's driving the vehicle. I think he's the co-pilot. I think he's sitting in the passenger seat, and I think it's Amy driving the car. That's what I think. So I think he's there. I think she listens to him. I think he dishes out words of wisdom, but I clearly will never believe that Feige is in the driver's seat. I think he's in the passenger seat, and he carries weight with that. He'll make recommendations. He'll make suggestions. Sony, I think if we did this, we can make more money. That type of deal. Versus in his side of the block of the street, it's his word or it's his way or the highway type deal. The sixth Sinister Six villain, I believe, is going to be, it's either going to be two people. It's either going to be the Vulture with Michael Keaton. We've already seen his mug over at Morbius. He's down for that. He's digging that whole Spider-Verse. He had fun. He said he had a blast playing the Vulture, hamming it up. Some of the interviews, he enjoys being the Vulture. He's enjoying this newfound fame. He's eating it up. I think it's going to be the Vulture. They added a lot of seeds from the last film to this one, and I think they're setting up something big for him. I think he's the sixth villain. My backup for that would be Mysterio. Yeah. Mysterio is a character that I remember. I didn't read a lot of comic books, but I do remember reading Spider-Man. I remember that Mysterio, the whole theatrical special effects facade, was donned by different actors. So it's reason to believe that we can most likely see Mysterio as the sixth villain, but not being played by the original actor. It could be played by someone else. It could be played by the guy that designed the actual suit in the film. So it could be Mysterio. It could most like it would probably be more economically budget conscious to bring in Mysterio than have one of his henchmen just don the costume or have someone else take on the role, because Mysterio was played by different actors, by different theater actors. Venom 2 in credit scenes points to him being or maybe join the fight in the battle. So you can't have your cake and eat it too, Nate, with Venom. Either Venom is a hero or he's either he's a anti-hero or he's a villain. It's called the Sinister Six. It's not called the Sinister Five and the anti-hero. It doesn't work like that. I believe Venom has never been part of the Sinister Six, but Scream, one of his offsprings, was one of the members of the Sinister Six. So I did not see Venom 2, but I am aware that he birthed Carnage and he birthed Scream. Does she die in the film? I don't know. Does Scream die? Somebody point that out. Yeah, Riley, I got him. Venom has never in the comic books. It would be sacrilegious to even shoehorn Venom into a Sinister Six. That's something that can trigger the fan base. So I would never believe that. I would never believe Venom, but his offsprings could. And can someone tell? Does Scream die? Does Carnage die in Venom 2? I don't know. I don't. But it could be one of them. I can add them on to my theory. I don't think it'll be any of them. I still think it'll be the Vulture. I still think it'll be Mysterio. But rest assured, we're going to get 6 villains. Absolutely. There's no way you're going to make it till 5 and not give us a 6. But my money is on Vulture. I think Michael Keaton. They're setting him up for big things. So I think it's going to be Michael Keaton as my number 1 pick. Sony has done worse before with triggering the previous. That's the thing too. I mean, you can't. We as the audience, we can't have our cake and eat it too. Either we admit that Sony is a train wreck when it comes to managing the Spider-Man films, or we accept the outcome of this and be. I mean, they hit gold. I mean, out of the Sam Raimi films, Spider-Man 1 did good. Spider-Man 2 was the epiphany type film. And then they jumped off the rails with 3. You know, Amazing Spider-Man 1 started off okay, right? It sold tickets. And then when we got to 2, it was just so convoluted, lazy writing, shoehorning. It was like they were trying to cram the Sinister Six. It was a big, huge hot mess. Then we get to Tom Holland, and everybody loves Tom Holland. I think he's our generation's Spider-Man. He's done a really good job from his first appearance in Civil War. Oh, that's another thing too. Civil War. We saw Spider-Man in the very last trailer to Civil War. Bet you Sony had, like, you guys are going to use our Spider Boy. He was front and center in the trailer. I didn't forget that. Pepperidge Farms didn't forget. Spider-Man. We knew Spider-Man was going to be in Civil War from the trailer. So that's now. If it's Mysterio, and you are on the fence and you're trying to pinch your pennies, or you're thinking about getting Mysterio, rest assured that if he does become the Sinister Six villain and you do not have him, you can absolutely expect a run on the market on him. He'll, by that weekend, he'll be in the wait list. Guarantee. If you don't have Mysterio and you're thinking about him, just after when you see the film, make sure you run home or from the theater, you quickly pre-order whatever, because the stock is running low. And you know how to check the stock on Sideshow. You add it to your cart, and then you see how many you can add into your cart. And with Mysterio, they're capping you at 3. And the theory is that the shortage of the cap, it means that their inventory is running low. So I'll give you an example here. Let me put the Sideshow back on here. We're going to talk about this here. I know I've been rambling here, but we're going to talk about the Spider-Man integrated suit. Let me find. All right, so let me just, here we go, deluxe. Let's just add him on here. All right, and let's go back to Sideshow. So this is a little trick that I'll give some credit over to Pete Aries on his channel, because it's a good proven trick. Mysterio. So let's get to Mysterio here, and let's add him to the cart. So how can you kind of speculate how much of an inventory? So if I wanted to get the integrated suit over here, I can go and I can add up to 6. See right there, I can add 6. For Mysterio, they cap you at 3, and then at one point it'll just be 1. It'll start to shrink and so forth. So the film is slated for the holidays, for Christmas. So you have about 30 days. If you're on the fence, I'm not trying to bully you into getting Mysterio. I'm just saying, I'm just giving you a friendly advice, because I get it. The pain and suffering of this storm that we're going through with the amount of pre-orders is devastating. It just is. It's a big mess. But if you did want Mysterio, I don't think this would be categorized as a reissue figure. Like, once his Mysterio is gone, it's gone. That's it. You're not going to see him again. So just stay cautious on that one, right? I'm not trying to bully you or anything. I don't believe in that, but it's just a friendly tip that if the movie is a huge hit and you're in love with all the villains, and I believe it's Vulture will be the 6th, but if Mysterio shows up, you can absolutely expect him to probably go in a wait list probably that weekend once the film comes out. So let's go back to, that's my friendly tip for Mysterio. So let's get rid of him here. All right, so the Spider-Man integrated deluxe suit, $425. Add some tax, add some shipping. let's round it off. You're looking at close to $500 for a cool Spider-Man diorama base, multiple heads. Where's that widescreen shot? There's one here. Where is it? There's a, goodness. There it is. This one here. That's the one I was looking for. Doc Ock tentacles. It's a cool base. If there's one thing I've wanted from Hot Toys is I would want more sets. I want bases. I want diorama bases like this. I eat this stuff up. I really enjoy stuff like this, especially if it's a character that you love. I do dig this. The price, I do not. It's a concerning price for a Spider-Man figure in an already saturated market. I told you early in the stream, I've had to throttle the amount of Spider-Men that are coming into my collection. Will I be getting this? Yes, I absolutely want this in my collection. I will not be day one pre-ordering this. I will have to wait for a Hong Kong pre-order drop, meaning when it drops in Hong Kong, I'll consider the venue where who's going to give me the better deal. So I'll cross this bridge when this gets released in Hong Kong, but it will be coming home. It's Dr. Otto Octavius Tentacles. I love the character. It's one of my, I went bonkers with Toy Biz back in the day. I bought all the merch. I loved it all. I mean, Alfred Molina just rocked it out of the park. I'm not going to defend the price. I think it's really expensive, even with the multiple heads. I think it's really, really expensive. I really do. Close to $500. You get 3 heads. It's clearly a licensing grab where everybody wants to get paid. This is where the real, remember I said it's not about the $15 movie ticket. This is where the real money of the movie is made. How many of these can we sell based on the love and the success of the film? If the film does buku dollars, I would speculate that we would probably get a Green Goblin. I would love to see another Electro. Sandman, I don't know. Lizard, I don't know. Is Nate on here? Nate, let me see. The Spider-Man will be fine since Hot Toys overproduce these figures like Iron Man. Unfortunately, Mysterio will be weightless if he does appear. Unfortunately, Mysterio would be weightless if he does appear. Yeah. So you agree with me on that, Nate? It's just that's algorithm 101. You know, if Mysterio shows up, even if it's not Jake Gyllenhaal and the technology is being used by one of his henchmen, you can expect the Mysterio to be in waitlist that same weekend. We don't even know if so let's say, wow, Donami, look, you were wrong. We got Andrew Garfield and we got Tommy Maguire. They showed up in the end and they helped Tom Holland kick ass. Cool. Hot Toys may not even have the rights to make them as figures, because it would to use their likeness would still require the actor's permission. So that I think would require, shoot, where is screen? I need somebody in the industry, because it's different rules under Cameo versus speaking lines on a film. We could probably see them, but there may not be a guarantee that we'll see them as a Hot Toys. Yeah, because there's likeness rights, there's back end points per merchandise. There's a lot. So when you introduce an actor or an actress into a film, and you want to merchandise them and they're like, it's completely different. It's completely different, ball game than what just a cameo just to show up and so forth. It's very, very different. No, it would never be that much. Denobi, would you try to Doc Ock? No, I don't think it'll be that much. I think it'll probably be about 3 to. I think it'll honestly be. So what? Regular Spider Boy here, Spider Boy. He's averaging. Let's get this off. So collector's edition, right? The 285. That's just a regular version. That's this version right here. That's what you're getting for 285. It would be safe to assume that, depending on the R&D that Hot Toys decides to put into Doc Ock, he's probably going to be around $350, maybe $400. Yeah, the labor with Doc Ock, it's going to be the arms. It's not his body or his clothing. I think he would be an easy tackle for a head sculpt for Hot Toys, but I think it would be the arms. How do you pull off the arms? It's very different from what Toy Biz did back in the day with bendy arms and so forth. There's going to be some extra work that's going to be required to make these arms really stand out and really, really come alive. Considering Hot Toys, considering Hot Toys and their diversity of figures, if you know, I don't see Electro being made. Yeah, I would love to see Electro being made, but I also know that they don't forget the past either, and they probably took a hit on that Electro from Amazing Spider-Man. So, but again, we are living in a variant version of Hot Toys, right? I mean, let's think about it. We got Cyborg, right? Justice League Cyborg out of the blue. Most of us in years, never would have thought that we would have ever gotten a Justice League Cyborg. I'm still shocked over it. I'm still flabbergasted that we got a Cyborg. So yeah, I mean, it's a small percentage. I don't think it'd be high. I think it honestly would depend on the success of the film. I really do. I think how much speaking lines does Jamie Foxx have? And I think it would depend on the film. But do I think it's above 50%? No. I think it's more like 30 to 40%. If we'll ever see an Electro Hot Toys from this version of the film, I think we'll 100% see a Doc Ock. They've already teased it in the diorama. There's no way they're going to flex a Doc Ock battle diorama and not give us, Doc Ock. I think we're going to see him. I also think we're going to see Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin, this new version. These are going to be new versions of these classic legendary characters. So I 100% believe that we're going to get Doc Ock. We're going to get Green Goblin. Everybody else is very iffy. It borders iffy. I do not expect to get a complete Sinister Six roster from Hot Toys. I'm just being real. I'm being extremely real. Hot Toys has a lazy habit of not completing sets. So I do not expect a complete Sinister Six roster from them. If anything, I would probably, once they release what they feel they can make money on, it'll probably be the third-party companies to come in and fill in the gap as to who could be made to complete the set. So Sandman, he's going to be, he can look as cheap as, that's going to be an easy cheapo from a third-party company. So that would make sense. Lizard, a generic Lizard guy, that to me would be something that one of these little smaller third-party companies like So-So Toys or Toys R Us, they can probably tackle. A generic humanoid-looking lizard. Sandman would probably be something that they would be able to tackle. Green Goblin, you got Willem Dafoe signed on. He's going to have some face time, some screen time. I think he's going to get the treatment. I really do. If we get the Vulture, I'll even double down on this. If we get the Vulture, if we get Michael Keaton showing up here, I'll bet you Hot Toys will flex and they'll release their 1/6 scale Vulture set. Yeah, I think they'll do it. If we see Michael Keaton again and he has an X amount of dialogue in this film and he helps in another, I can see Hot Toys probably taking a chance and making the Vulture. Yeah. Full wings, everything. Flex. It'll be a phenomenal flex move. Get the Vulture, get your souped up Stark Tech Doc Ock arms, get Green Goblin with his battle wings and whatever. Yeah, I do. I need to dig a little bit deeper about the cameo appearances, because even if we get a Toby, now that I'm thinking about it, as I dig deeper, even if we see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, I don't know Hot Toys would be able to make a 1/6 scale figure on them. That would be answered. The quickest way to get the answer to that, believe it or not, would be through Marvel Legends. So after the film comes out and Hasbro teases, so let's say the film comes out and Hasbro teases a Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, because we saw them in the film. Wow, I was wrong. Okay, that's fine. I was wrong. They're in the film. And we see their appearance as a Marvel Legends from Hasbro the following week or so, then I would probably feel a little bit more confident, and put in my bet that Hot Toys would be able to. But if we don't see their likeness or the representation, and I'm talking the actor's face, by the way, because I can see Hasbro releasing a Spider-Man figure from the Sam Raimi without an actual head sculpt. Like, look, it's the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. See, that's different. That's a loophole, right? I can see Hasbro pulling a stunt like that. Like, look, it's the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but it's what he looked like back then, but without the actor's likeness or representation. So that would fall under the whole Red Skull loophole, where, hey, we can capitalize on this character, but we don't necessarily have to tie it back to the actor to pay them dividends or likeness or perpetuity compensation is what I think that's what that would be. Let's see here. Don't know. See, let me see. If Hot Toys is considering making 1 or 2 of the Sinister Six, will drip feed us these figures just this thing. Worst case scenario. Yeah, that's a perfect example there. It would be a drip feed situation. It would be like the Justice League. It would be like the Bad Batch, right? Most of you folks out there are hoping, right, that you're going to get your precious Star Wars Bad Batch completed, right? You've only had out of 4 or 5 characters, only 2 of them have been released. Would you purchase another Doctor? No, I don't need it. It's an aggressive battle right now, trying to keep up with all these figures. So I would not want another Doctor Strange. Would you purchase? I don't care if he has magical incantations or he's wearing a different pearl necklace or whatever. I don't need another Doctor Strange. I'm perfectly happy with the Doctor Strange I have. For me, my concern is with this film is how many Spider-Mans can I get, or how many Spider-Mans do I need to throttle back? Because we've had 2 Spider-Mans released off this film, and I expect at least 2 more. So that to me would be my main concern. And then any villains. I'm hoping they do the villains. I sincerely think we only see showing the 6 villains makes sense. We see. Well, the trailer only shows you 5 villains. It's only 5 villains. What would be the point in not showing the 6 villains? Because they're probably holding it back for another trailer, waiting for the movie just to see bullshit. It doesn't make any sense to me personally. Maybe there's too many cooks in the kitchen on this trailer. Who knows? But it is the Sinister Six. Sony's going in one way or the other. They're going to get their Sinister Six. They just plain and simple. Going back to this, let's go back to this right here. This is the Spider-Man integrated suit. There's 2 versions, $285 for the regular Spidey version, and then the deluxe at $425, being dropped between January 2023 to March 2023. I've said this before, and I'm going to say this again about these shipment dates. They're going to be on time. Do not go in thinking there's going to be delays, any type of. I mean, this is going to be on time. They're not going to give collectors the opportunity of an escape clause. Oh, well, it was delayed for plus 90 days, so I get to cancel my non-refundable deposit. Even though, from what I learned earlier today, on that they're not collecting a non-refundable deposit, but I'm pretty sure that anything else that gets released from this film is probably going to have a non-refundable deposit. They're probably just doing this here to hype up the numbers, maybe. This is the holiday season right now. It's all about getting those last numbers in for the books, right? It's about cooking those books. That's really, really what it is. This is one of those I need to see. This is one of those things where I would hate to recommend to somebody this early on. You have to see the film. I mean, for an expensive piece like this, you gotta wait. You just gotta wait. Even though they're giving you a lot. I mean, I looked at the accessories. There's a lot. You're getting the 3 heads and tons of 11 pieces of interchangeable hands with black web patterns. You're getting the mechanical arms, the spider arms. You're getting the dock. I mean, it's a lot. You're getting like the smoke effect, Green Goblin bombs. You're getting a lot. And oh, by the way, and it's these accessories here that lets me place the bet of 100%. It's looking at those accessories off of this diorama base that gives me the confidence that we're going to get a Doc Ock 1/6 scale and we're going to get a Green Goblin 1/6 scale. It's the rest of the roster that I'm a little bit dubious and I'm a little bit cautious on. So here we go. Marvel has tricked us before with the trailers. Yes, Hulk appeared in the final battle of Wakanda. It's just the ends being a Bruce and suits the 6 would be a cool surprise. Maybe that's what it is. Peeking out. Maybe that's what it is. It could just be a surprise. It could be a surprise for the 3rd trailer because we didn't see Electro on the 1st trailer. We saw Electro on the 2nd trailer. So there's a good possibility on November 29th when supposedly the next trailer drops, we'll see a little bit more. I would be shocked if they don't tell us who the 6th villain is in the next trailer. I guess I can look both ways with the whole Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire not being in the actual trailer, but the 6th villain, you're hyping it up. I mean, it's all there. It's all there in plain black and white. It just is. Let's see what we have here. Let's go back to this here. Look at this. So we have the Spider-Man black and gold. We have this here too. And that's the other thing too. There is a lot of back stock with Spider-Man. I mean, you can go on 270 for this. This is the one we saw in the trailer too. I need to see how this suit performs. So I have to see how this suit performs. Yeah, I'm not sold on it yet. I'm not sold on this suit, this black and gold suit. No, this feels like a pass. Like if I'm going to spend that amount, I would rather get the actual diorama deluxe set. That to me would make a bit more sense. This, how long, this is why it's so important to watch the film first before making these type of purchases, because we don't know how long he's going to have this suit. We don't know if he gets his ass kicked in it. We just don't know if he stole it from Strange. There's just a lot to this one here. Professor Hulk in the last minute. What's going on here? Geeking up, but that's the Hulk issue. Was all because of how they changed him to Professor Hulk in the last minute. I mean, it could be. I mean, Buzz, honestly, it very well could be. I'm just saying that with the Marvel trailers, they omit things. They show you things that don't even make it into the actual film. So I say wait. I say let's wait till the next trailer when the tickets go on sale and kind of move forward from there. I don't mind a film being this loaded. I enjoyed Infinity War. I really did. It was one of my favorite films from the MCU. Endgame was okay. I didn't really particularly favor it, but Infinity War was a kick-ass film. And the Russo brothers convinced everybody that a all-star team lineup with all this talent could be done in a film. So, but that's the Russo brothers, and they did it again with Endgame. This is Sony. Sony's track record is not as perfect as Marvel. It could be a masterpiece, or it could be a train wreck. We've seen what Sony has done with a Spider-Man train wreck film. We've seen that. So it's going to be interesting moving forward. It really, really, really is. With the film, It's here. Let me. It's let me see how many Spider-Man. Plus, I don't know. There's just so many Spider-Man figures right now. Hot Toys Spider-Man. Let's see. There must be a ton of them. I have most of them in my multiverse display. So the Iron Man Mark 47. I remember everybody was jumping for joy for this guy. Look at him sit there collecting dust. Where was everybody? I mean, this is one of the last true grails in my book that was breaking $1,500 to $2,000. Everybody said that they were going to get him. Oh, it's going to be great, and they're finally going to get him. Screw the scalpers and blah blah blah, and the third-party sellers. He's still sitting there. It's been a while. He's going to sit there for quite a while. There's a lot. I mean, the armored version, the anti-ox suit. This was a 2020 exclusive, wasn't it? Wasn't 2029 a Toy Fair exclusive? I mean, they're giving them away for, look at this, 10% off, free shipping. Yes, I was right. This is the 2020. Yeah. Spider-Man 2020 Toy Fair exclusive. There's no rush to jump in on any of these Spider-Man pre-orders. Look at this. Very seldom. Now, they all will eventually sell out. But look at this. This is supposed to be an exclusive. It's still sitting there collecting dust. It's sad. It is sad. One of my favorites is definitely the Mark IV. Is that the with the where? Oh, this one right here. Yeah, I actually brought him out. Here, let me show you here. Look at this. I thought I brought one out. There you go. Let me move this here. Look at this. This is the Martin. Look at this. This is one of my favorite ones. I'm terrified to do any type of extreme post, but it's the cool thing with this one is that he is blacklight sensitive, which is pretty damn neat. You can kind of see. No. I thought folks would love this one. I really thought the whole biotech armor on him. I really thought this would have been a huge hit, but I'm gonna have to chuck it to Spider-Man fatigue. There's just a lot. There's just a lot of characters to collect right now. Last minute changes, doesn't matter what. Do you suspect Hot Toys will release another No Way Home pre-order before the movie drops? No, I think that's done. I think the No Way Home pre-orders are done. No, I mean, look at this. Look at the amount of Spider-Men that are still here. Miles Morales is still on here. You can pick him up. Homemade Suit, which was technically a reissue. Negative Suit, actually another good one there. Punk, Spider-Punk, the Antioch Suit. Look at this hot mess over here, the Cyborg Spider Suit. I don't even know what they were thinking on this one. This was the exclusive here, the Toy Fair exclusive. I'm not getting that. Oh, what did I do there? I'm not getting that. That's no. Now that right there, that's pretty much you're essentially throwing shit on the wall and you're checking to see what sticks. Toy Fair exclusive Spider-Man Cyborg suit. No. Nope. Are they doing any discounts or anything on this one? Not yet. I would start offering 10% off and free shipping. It's going to sit there for quite a while. No. Yeah, no. I don't have them. I have no intention. I mean, this is coming from a true Spider. I mean, I have a large roster of Spider-Man Hot Toys right behind me. I have no love for this right here. This right here is just, you're essentially putting things together. It is it's a mess. Take it easy, everybody. Oh, go ahead. That's right. Thanks for hanging out, Nate. Fun stream. Got to go to work. It's about to get crazy. Take it easy, everyone. May the weapons be with you always. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. No, so I guess, like I said, my point is that it's tricky as to how many. Oh my God, I forgot about the Zombie Hunter Spider-Man. That's from the What If series. I mean, they're throwing everything in the kitchen sink. This is another one that I think looks cool, but it's not for me. This is not going to enter my Spider-Verse collection. The Zombie Hunter Spidey. It's just, no, it's not for me. No. No sympathy at all for this. Looks cool, but no. No, maybe that's one of the ones that if they offer like a good discount, maybe like on Spooktacular or free shipping, I may be tempted. That one I could say I would be more tempted to, but the Cyborg Spidey suit, no. I no, just not doing it. There's a second page to this. The classic suit. Now I do have this one on pre-order. The classic suit Spider does look good. I don't have any of these extended Miles Morales, like the Bodega Cat suit, the 2020 suit. I don't. It's just it's too much. It's way too much. I'm not touching any of the Venomized Iron Man. I have the Mysterio Iron Man Illusion on pre-order. I'm not even feeling that anymore. I don't even know when this is expected to come out. I know it's expensive at that sticker price. I have him on pre-order. I don't know if I want. I may tap out on this specific one here. I don't like this, and I just, yeah. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm looking at it like I don't, and it's not even die-cast. And the fact that they're asking 400, I mean, they're essentially asking you to cough up die-cast money, and this is not a die. This is completely all plastic, but they feel with the amount of R&D and the tooling and the paint app that it's worth it. I don't know. Expected to ship between April and June of 2022. I'll cross that bridge. I'll look at what the blogger photos are in Hong Kong when it drops. I have it on pre-order through Alter Ego. I haven't canceled it yet. If they were going to ship it to me now, I probably would not accept it. Not excited. And then you have the Velocity suit, some other stuff here, and the Iron Spider, the one with the actual pleather suit. There's actually a wait list on this here. So that's it. Denobu, you're not building a morgue. This one can wait. Yeah, I like this one. You're referring to that last one, right? The Iron Man with the zombie. Yeah, no, you're right. That's really what it is. But there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff here that can wait. So look, I'm excited for the trailer. I like to see more. It's too early. It's just a little bit too early. The film doesn't come out till December. And I'll go into a big deep dive. I'll do another midnight run, a part 2 after the third trailer drops, and we'll go from there. You know, I'll end it at that point. Saturday or Friday, or maybe I'll do Saturday. Yeah, I'll do Saturday. I'll do another midnight run this Saturday if I have the time, and it'll be the Ghostbusters midnight run. I want to go deep into Ghostbusters. I'm going to do I was supposed to do it today, but I fell behind. I'll pull out the Ecto 1, I'll pull out the Blitzway Ghostbusters, and hopefully by Saturday midnight, most of you may have seen the film already, because I'm very optimistic. I think a lot of you out there are going to enjoy Ghostbusters Afterlife, and you're going to get that Ghostbusters itch. So I would like to, I'll do a midnight run on Ghostbusters because I'm going to go see it again. I've seen the film. I loved it. I think it's going to be good. And I'm hoping that we'll get some Ghostbusters 1/6 scale love from Blitzway or whoever owns the line. I don't even know if Blitzway still owns the line to Ghostbusters, but they did a phenomenal job on the Ecto 1/6 scale. I would be all into a 1/6 scale Ghostbusters Afterlife in its current state. So that'll be something fun to talk about. No, Back to the Future. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Nobody wants to buy one. Actually, I don't get it. I don't understand the Back to the Future situation. I just don't understand that at all. I was expecting to have some Back to the Future drops. We have nothing. I don't know. Honestly, don't know. Yeah. Well, folks, it was a pleasure. I had fun rambling here about Spider-Man No Way Home, and look forward to me hopefully, my schedule permits, Saturday at midnight, Saturday going into Sunday. So technically it'll be Sunday morning. I'll do a little Ghostbusters deep dive. Good night, folks.